Alright, welcome everybody. So this is going to be Pack 3, Zaccaria review. We've already done Packs 1 and 2, and the reviews are up, and people have been really liking the format. So I hope you continue along with the series. We've got another pack to go through today, and we're going to get started. So with the ground rules again, we are going to be doing a review of each of the games in the pack, and then a review at the end of the pack itself as a whole. So none of these games I won't be comparing any retro tables versus the other tables. All retro tables are going to be reviewed against their peers or other retro tables, originals against other originals, and remakes versus other remakes. So I'm doing it on a scale of 1 to 10, and we've kind of been going through them and just kind of one by one. So we're going to start out with Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is the 81 solid state. And we'll get started. Turn our volumes up. See where we're at here.
Earth, Wind, Fire.
Alright, well that is way too loud. We'll start maybe at 30 and kind of start from there. Alright, so Earth, Wind, Fire. I kind of went through some of these games and played them last night. Try to familiarize myself with them again, and so this here is the 1980 title. Again, sound effects on all of these tables are really good, loud and punchy and crisp. It's got kind of a space shuttle sound effect there that I really like on some of these solid states. Drop targets, I love them. Game time bonus is an interesting element that you'll see on a lot of these tables, in particular tonight. It's basically a fourth ball, and basically however many times I hit those bumpers, I gain a second or two, and so it actually gives me time at the end of the game to have a fourth ball. So that's kind of an interesting element that you'll see quite a bit here. I'm going to turn this down just a touch more. Okay. Overall, I really like this table. If I was to rank it, I would say probably about an 8 for this one. I kind of dig it. It's got some fun here. Sound effects are really cool. It's super playable. Nothing to super hate about it, to be honest. The gap is pretty reasonable. You don't lose a ball all that easy. Like, this is one you're going to play. If you like this era of game, there's really nothing to not like about it. The back glass is kind of cool. It shows you your highest score ever. It tells you that your ball's in play or what ball you're on, however many players can play. So you've got some cool stuff going on with the back glass. So yeah, I'd give this one about an 8. All right, next up, we're going to go to Earth, Wind, and Fire 2017. Now this would be one of the remake ones. In general, these are pretty good games for the most part. This one's got a pretty wild format to it. You've got 5 main modes. And we'll give it a rip.
Bonus.
One thing I will say about this game is it has kind of a weird flow to it. The way the ball kind of goes around the playfield, it has like these pinch points, if you will, where it takes the flow out of the ball. It kind of gets, caught up here a little bit. It gets caught here and does this thing here where it kicks out and then goes back up. You'll probably see it during the gameplay, through the gameplay here. These towers don't graphically work right. They stick out of the playfield, but they get affected and they start to drop, but the ball kind of clips through them at times. There's kind of some issues there. The kickbacks are a little kind of goofy. They've got these right and left kickbacks that have all these different targets. So, in general, I don't like the call-outs in this one. I think they sound really bad. voice acting. See how that ball clipped right through the tower? It just doesn't look good. This has this dynamic where you hit this and it comes back, and I don't know. This is just one I've never really cared for. It's okay. I'd probably give this a 6 at best. It's probably more of a 5, but like it's super playable, I guess. But yeah, I'd probably go with a 6 with this one. So, like I said, I'm not super enthused with it, but it's certainly not terrible. Alright, so next up, Earth, Wind, Fire Retro. And as you've seen before, some of these retro titles have been really tricky to kind of rate. They've had all kinds of different things going on with them, and I just don't know how to handle them sometimes. They just don't want to cooperate, if you will. So, anyway, Earth, Wind, Fire Retro. Sorry, I had to switch a camera thing while I'm doing this to make sure everything looks good for you guys. Alright, now the first problem with this one I can tell you right now, look at all these capture holes. There's 5 different capture holes, and what I've said in the past is I don't like things that don't have a flow to them. So what happens with this game is that every time you get into a pace or get into a flow, you get into a capture hole and you have to wait those few seconds for that ball to kick out, and it just takes away from the experience. So 1, 2, you know, 1, 2, right? And you have to do that all the time. Now I've lost 2 balls really quick, so maybe I'm not losing much time here, but and I'll probably play a whole game in 30 seconds. 1, 2. I mean, we're only talking a couple of seconds, right? But in general, this one just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't do anything special. There's really no special quirks about this one in particular. I think the idea is to actually put the ball in all the drop targets, or all these capture holes, and get them all highlighted, but it's super strange. So, anyway, I would probably give this one a 3. It's just not something I like. There are good retro tables, but this isn't one of them. So, alright. Jump to the next one. I know I'm flying through these, but there's a lot of good tables here, so I want to make sure that I get to the good ones and really show you what I like about them. So this is Mexico 86.
Mexico 86.
Let's make sure. This one feels a little quiet, so sorry about the volume stuff, guys. I'm trying to go back and forth here.
Ole Mexico.
Ole Mexico. Very cool digitized voice for this one. Love the styling. Sound effects are really cool. They're different. I mean, a lot of the typical drop targets and bumpers are here, but there's some nice little elements too that it has going on. Hopefully I'll actually get you to hear some of the cool sounds in this one. We want to get up to that red special area on the upper right, or upper left, to really showcase some of this table's ability and fun. Oh, come on! Not doing that great. You can see it actually shows you my game time bonus at the top middle, the bottom middle is 10 seconds. So every time I hit one of the bumpers, it's giving me an extra second for game time bonus. And then it's also telling you that I have 1 ball left. This is what you want to do. Get up to this upper playfield, hit all these targets, and then shoot the bullseye. Oh, but I didn't do it fast enough, and so I lost out. I initially thought it had to do with the number of drop targets that you get versus how many times you get a shot to take at the bullseye, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Love that sound effect. So you want to kind of spread out your shots up there and try to get them the most bang for your buck, if you will. So yeah, Mexico 86, this is actually a pretty fun game. I found myself playing this a lot more than I would have expected, being an old solid state, and I just love this title. obviously, if you have any Mexican heritage, you're going to absolutely adore this table. But no, so now we're into game time bonus. You can see the middle bottom of the back glass says that I have 25 seconds to try to get as many points as possible. Oh, I got one shot at it, and it killed me. The flippers died, and I had to kick back out. But I did get one, so that was cool. And my game time bonus is just about up. Yep, already my flippers are dead, and that is the end of the game. So that is Mexico 86. I really like this table. I would give this one a 9. This is a lot of fun. It's very different. It's very refreshing for a solid state game to have something very unique and different about it. I really like that one. Okay, Mexico 86 Retro.
Mexico 86 Retro.
Okay, so we got, again, retro table, clings and bangs and clangs, things like that. Gigantic gap in the middle here is not going to be fun. So we're going to have to deal with that, and we'll see how it goes. So gone are all the cool digitized speech and any of the nice sound effects that you would have got with a solid state. So obviously back to some retro titles. And that kind of gap, there's not many levels of nudges that's going to help you with that. So I find this one to be a lot more plinko than anything else. I mean, that gap is ridiculous. So, I mean, what are we doing here, folks? I mean, it's going to be a tough one to play. And you, at least with this one, you can make a shot to the launch lane again. Like if I was to capture this ball on the left flipper, if I could get it there, you can actually take a shot to get this back into the plunger, and that's how you can go back up and try to get all the goal rollovers. So there's some value there, but that gap is really hard to overcome. I give this one maybe a 3. All right, Nautilus, solid state from 1977.
Nautilus.
Okay, this is a really cool playfield. Lots of drop targets, lots of really cool lighting. There's a nice orbit on the left-hand side. You've got a capture hole to the right, and you've got a spinner over here to the left. 2 in lanes, 2 out lanes. Reasonable gap in the middle. Very cool sound effects. That capture hole takes forever, but the rollovers are nice. These signals at the top, these coins, I'm not even sure how they're actuated in real life. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's done by magnets or not, but it's really cool to have it like roll over coins and actually able to collect them. I love that this ball can hit this post and jump back to the flippers. It's kind of a cool feature. Really, really like this table. It's a lot of fun. Punchy sound effects. You can really go nuts with the spinner here, collecting spinner points. Sometimes you can nudge that ball to get it back to come back. But you gotta get used to your nudges here. There's a red special, which is really nice to play with. Try to get that going. But sound effects are really, really good on this one. Really enjoy this table quite a bit. It is fun to shoot for the drop targets on the right hand side. And that's your capture hole, and it'll kick out. Knock a couple more targets down. You can rip that spinner really nice. So anyway, I guess what you're hearing from me is I really, really like this table. This is probably one of the better solid states on the entire system. I would give this probably a 9.5. I think this is probably one of the very, very best. We'll cover the best later on, not today, but it is in the packs that we have not covered. So that was something we will be covering. So this one I would give a 9.5. So I really like this table a lot. Okay, next up, Nautilus 2018. This is a really cool remake table. It's got some really awesome callouts and graphics.
Remake.
The modes in this one are really hard to get into. That is the one qualm about this one. It's really tough to get into the modes. To start a mode on this one, you have to knock down all of these 6 targets. And this L over here is incredibly hard to get to with the left flipper. It's an incredibly hard shot. You almost need to carom into it some other way to make the shot. And it makes it really, really hard. The voiceovers from the octopus are incredible. It's like this sexy lady kind of sounding thing. It's really cool. It's kind of an interesting... It plays incredibly well. It's bright. It's colorful. The music's good. Super easy to get into multi-ball. There's combos all over the place. So you can do combo, left and right. There's all kinds of stuff like that going on. And if you hit this lock in the middle, right there, do that 3 times, you get into multi-ball. Super simple. Basically, you just have to do a combo, or you have to get all the shell letters to start the lock, and then you can start taking the shots to here to lock the ball. This is a score chaser's dream. You can get into this multi-ball super easy and really, really have some fun with it. You can capture the ball nicely on the left flipper. The only downside is this one is that you really can't get into the modes. It's tough to get into the modes. So right now we're into multi-ball. And it's Combo City. You can just go ramp and ramp and ramp and ramp. Lots and lots of combos. You can really go crazy with the combos on this one. Like I said, Score Chaser's dream. Really have lots of fun here. Just go gangbusters. Really fun table. But yeah, the tricky part is getting into modes. And that's a real shame because I think if I could get into the modes a little easier, I would have had even more fun with this title. But to get these final targets just gets really, really tough. You can see I'm trying to shoot for that L. And I'm basically hitting the I and P range. So it's really tough to get into. The upper playfield's kind of convoluted and it's a little hard to get up there. The whole score is really tough to get to. You have to do some goofy caroms to get there, but this table, I would give this a 10. I love this table. I play it all the time. It's definitely one that I come back to. It's definitely one of the better tables in the entire series of Zaccaria Packs. So I would give this one a 10. Absolutely. You will play it again and again and again, and you will chase scores with it because it's a lot of fun. Nautilus Retro.
Nautilus Retro.
I just said that. Okay, Nautilus Retro. So again, all kinds of capture holes. So that's going to be a downgrade immediately, right? And I like the theme. I like Nautilus. I really like the last 2 Nautilus games. But now we're dealing with totally different playfield. Capture hole 1, 2. Capture hole 1, 2. Takes away the flow. Takes away the excitement of the game. You've got these slingshots down here that just continue to bounce the ball, and they end up going into these. They go from the slingshots right into the capture hole. Slingshot, capture hole. Slingshot, capture hole. Like, come on, it is brutal. So this one's really hard to play. I would give this a 3. It's not one I like, even though I like the artwork, and I'm like, come on, this is not fun, people. See the ball just bouncing around. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. So that's Nautilus Retro. Okay, 3 more to go. Robot from 1985. Solid state game.
Robot.
All right. First things first, just bright, colorful playfield. Has kind of a, really cool theme to it. Listen, listen, listen. You're going to really like the sound effects in this one. You're going to hear the robot talking. There's some really cool stuff going on. Lots of punchy sound effects. Really take a listen to this one. No idea what he said, but it sounded really cool. That wasn't very good. Definitely want to showcase a couple of different things on this table. Oh, I'm doing terrible. And I haven't even showed you what I want to show you yet. So we got to get to that one way or another. The only downside to this table is you have to wait for that ball to get down from this. There's a slingshot here that keeps kicking it up again and again and again. We're going to start this over because I don't want... We're in game time bonus already. You see these drop down when I first started that? We want to get those to pop up. So what we're going to want to do is get this ball to our ring flipper. Not like that. Goodness gracious. We are not playing well, folks. But that's okay. That's okay, right? I know. I'm trying to show you a game and I can't even do that, right? Come on, give me the ball. Oh. What I want to do is get into this capture hole to kick it out and go across this robot bridge. I have not been able to make the shot. That's disappointing. Come on. Like I said, this is the only downfall of the table. That stupid slingshot just slows down gameplay quite a bit. Sound effects are great. Love the drop targets. Oh, come on. I'm determined to show you this because it is very cool. Maybe I oversell it, but I do like the feature quite a bit. I do like this table. So in short, I'll tell you, I would give this table probably an 8.5. The only downfall, I think, is that slingshot at the top that I really don't like. It just slows down things when it doesn't need to. It is a pretty tough table, but there's some cool specials. These targets over here are cause for some really cool specials, and it makes for fun gameplay. Oh, I've hit that shot like 3 times and it's kicked out. Sorry guys, I want to make sure to show this because it's a cool feature. Usually I hit this thing like 3-4 times in a row, so I'm shocked that I'm having this hard of a time showing it. Get down here. Are you kidding me? Don't hate the game, hate the player, okay? That's all I'm saying. You can hate me for this, but it's not the game's fault. Goodness gracious. Really tough to get this to the right flipper. Get up there. It's funny because as much as I hate games that take away flow, this one has a sense of challenge to it, which I don't know. I really appreciate this game quite a bit. So the fact that I'm struggling with it now is kind of funny because I played this game last night and hit that robot target or that robot bridge on almost every shot. So it's pretty crazy that it's not happening for me. I cannot seem to hit that shot to save my life. Get in there. Wow. Alright, so in short, all it does is you hit that target, it goes down the robot bridge, and you hear these go clunk, 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 and then you keep playing the game. It's a really cool thing. I wish I could have showcased it a little more, but I don't want to spend 10 minutes on this one particular game. I give this an 8.5. It could be a little better, but I think that slingshot just takes away from it a little bit. I almost wish they just had a flipper up there just to do it that way. But at any rate, it's a really fun table. I didn't showcase it very well, but hopefully you got the picture of it. 2018 Robot.
Robot remake.
Yeah, and all these ones with the years are considered remakes, so they will say that. Again, all kinds of digitized speech, some really cool callouts. This one's got 4 flippers, 2 little tiny ones, about halfway up the playfield, or a third of the way. It does have these really cool doors that you hit multiple times to get you to open them. Really cool kind of feature. And then once open, you just kind of throw the ball up the ramps. There is full modes on this one. Oh. But yeah, these little doors are pretty cool. Kind of open up here and there. Oh. I will say these outlines are pretty hungry on this one. Obviously, you're already seeing that. Wow. That was about the worst game ever. But in short, I would give this one a 7. It's pretty cool. I think this would really appeal to kids a lot. Just because of the cool speech and the design of it's really cool. They also, if they in fact do update the graphics for this, it's going to be even better. They did a really nice job with the updated graphics on Steam. And so, but yeah, I think this is a lot of fun. Most people will really appreciate this game, and I could see it being pretty popular, to be honest. Let's go on to the next one. Last, but certainly not least, Robot Retro.
Robot Retro.
Super weird table. Right? You have 2 flippers and you have 2 more flippers, but these ones are almost too close and too far, just not far enough outside to be a problem. So you got all kinds of capture holes, which is a big no-no. So all of these are going to slow down gameplay again and again and again. The layouts of these are all pretty kind of crazy. But then you have the gaps are here are quite large. This one's quite large, but it is what it is, right? I mean, it's kind of weird that they put bumpers behind slingshots down here, and there's a lot of really crazy design choices here. But I don't know. The sound effects and everything works really well, but I'm not going to be able to save that. In short, this one's another one that I would probably give a 3 to. It's just most of these they've gone too far. They've added too many capture holes. They've got a little too quirky with their flipper arrangements, and they're just not super playable. I mean, unless you're older and you've played a lot of these types of retro tables in your childhood, you're probably not going to have a lot of nostalgia for these, and they're just not going to appeal to you very much. So anyway, I give this one a 3. All right. So that is the final table of the pack. So for a pack 3 overview, we got to talk about value again. So there's $25 for the HD systems, $35 for the 4K, unless there's a price increase in a few weeks, which might be a possible thing. But as it stands, this is one of the best packs that you can buy of all 10. I would give this pack a 9 as an overall value. Again, you're getting probably, the way I see it, both of these two robot games are really, really good. Both of these two Nautilus games are really good. You get into Mexico 86, so you've already got 5. What do we say? We get 2 robots, 2 Nautilus, plus Mexico 86. That's 5 tables. And then you get 2 more from the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think these are both really good titles as well. So this one you're getting 7 good titles out of 11, which is even better than the pack 1, which had all the black belt titles. So definitely one of the best packs there is. I would give this one a 9, and it's well worth the price of admission. On the HD, it's absolutely worth it. 4K, I definitely think this is one of the first packs you should buy. Maybe 1 and 3 to start. We'll cover some of the other ones in the later half of this series, but definitely a great pack to have, and some really good tables here. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it.